Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Circworks Art Labs. Welcome back to the underground laboratory where we create robots, alien zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. We also create comics. We are doing the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, where you spend 30 minutes a day, every day, working on your own personal comic book project. Where is that? Oh, here. Somewhere over here. This is my personal comic book project. It's called Young and the Dead. It is a kids versus zombie story. It's available at circworks.com. But now you want to know what the comic book's about. What is the challenge about? Well, like I said, you spend 30 minutes a day every day for 100 days straight working on your own personal comic book project. And then at the end of that, you have accumulated, hopefully, you know, that time is built up and you have made some progress on your comic book. So where are we as far as the challenge? Where am I in the challenge? Because like I said, it's 100 days long, so we got to keep track of where we are, because 100 days can get overwhelming. So it's good to put kind of benchmarks, and I think we're at sort of a benchmark here. We are at day 80. So we're getting up there. We have entered the 80s, which is apropos because my comic book Young and the Dead takes place in the 80s. But I want to go back. I want to come back to where we are now, back to the future, as they say, as the movie is titled. And this has nothing to do with Back to the Future, but it has to do with vlogging. And I should have mentioned this earlier because I let this go and I wasn't even really thinking about it, but we're like in the middle of VEDA, which is Vlog Every Day of April. Now that because I'm mentioning this to you now, it's a little too late to start, but the idea behind that is that you do a video blog every day of April for, the whole month of April. Now, by default, I am kind of doing that because this is I sort of consider a vlog. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around what a vlog should be, or I don't know how well you can define that. But I try to cut in some little bits and pieces of my life, or when we go out here to the paralleloscope, we go to the alternate dimension, the alternate reality, parallel universe, whatever you want to call it. That's where you kind of see some of the alternate version of myself, his life, what's going on. This sounds all very confusing. Unless you've been watching for a while, then you understand. And stay tuned if you haven't, and maybe you'll learn kind of how this whole thing works. But it's a little confusing to talk about how all this crazy stuff that we develop here in the lab works. But back to the vlog, back to what this vlogging thing is all about. Now, there's people out there who just do an amazing job of vlogging, and I'm nowhere near that. But, but that's okay, because when I first started YouTube, I wasn't afraid to, I wasn't even comfortable being on camera. Like, I just did some art videos and all you saw were my hands, and that was it. And, I try to do, and if you go back that far, it's pretty bad. But you gotta start somewhere. And so the vlogging thing is kind of new to me, and I'm just getting my feet wet in it. So it's a little rough, but I think the more you do it, the better you get. So that's why I would encourage people, why not do a vlog? Why not? Now, it's a little too late to do the vlog every day of April, but the VEDA hashtag. But it's not just April, they also do the same thing in August. So that gives you a good enough time to prepare if you want to do this vlogging type thing. So think about August, and think about giving it a try. And if you already are involved in the VEDA for April, let me know in the hashtags. What are you guys doing? I know some other people out there. I'm watching some other people have done the 100 Days of Making Comics. I know Marshall Couture, who's an alum from the 100 Days. He's doing the VEDA thing. And I know, let's see, Dalibor, who's also doing the 100 Days of Making Comics. He's doing the VEDA things. Basically, he's doing it the same way I'm doing it, because he's in the middle of the 100 days. But some people have just kind of come back and started doing that after they finished their 100 days. Anyway, there's a lot to discuss, but basically what it boils down to is, don't just just start doing something. It doesn't matter if anyone's watching, and that's okay. It's probably better if no one's watching, because then you don't have to be so nervous, and then you can kind of build it up, you know, get a little more comfortable and everything, and then gradually you get better, and gradually that following starts to build up. So I would encourage everyone to either do a vlog or just take this 100-day challenge or whatever. But anyway, so that's pretty much what I have to say about vlogging. I would encourage you to do it, and I'm looking forward to improving my skills doing this. And as we go on, hopefully those vlogs will get a little better. We'll get a little better camera angles, a little better shots and things. But you know, I'm just getting rolling with this vlogging thing. So it's gonna be a little rough for the beginning, but then you improve and everything. So right now we are gonna go, like I mentioned before, up here we've got the paralleloscope, which allows us to go to an alternate reality where the progress of the comic book that I'm working on is already being done as we speak. So we're gonna tap into that technology right now and check it out. Moving right along, yesterday we wrapped up page 6. The inks, at least. I mean, there's still other stuff to do, like lettering and the toning and all that stuff. And toning meaning coloring, but it's in black and white. It's like a grayscale. The finish, if you haven't seen the interiors, I do sort of a grayscale, but it's black and white. So I don't know. I could say coloring or whatever. But anyway, but now, you know, we're moving on to this is page 7, and we are just blocking out the panels and everything. And of course, if you haven't noticed, I'm doing it traditional again, and it's just basically it's just a matter of I'm away from my computer, and you know the drill. I do hope to get back to doing more stuff digitally in Manga Studio, but right now I just got to be as efficient as I can, and you know, somewhere down the line, hopefully I can get, you know, maybe I can get some sort of a mobile drawing tablet or something like that, but that's not a huge concern. And even then, you know, I don't know, then I have to get something like a Surface or something that could run Manga Studio or whatever, assuming that I kind of learn it. I'm just I just know the basics right now on Manga Studio, but I do coming up there's going to be, and a lot of it has to do with like the perspective stuff, because I do like working. I love the perspective rulers in Manga Studio, even though I'm still kind of struggling to learn them. These few pages right now, there's not a lot of perspective stuff. I think the last page I did use Manga Studio a little bit just to block out some of those perspective shots. This one's mostly, you know, close-ups and things like that, and there's not a lot of background, so not a whole lot of perspective. But the next page, I believe the next page has kind of an overhead view of like a sort of I don't know, a country road. So, well, I don't know. It's like like a highway or something. So I may use Manga Studio to block all that stuff out and everything, but we'll see. But you know, eventually, you know, it is. I think once I wrap up the 100 days, and I'm not beholden to get a page done every day, I might try to do longer stretches on one particular day and take a little more time, and not having to edit those videos will probably help me out, and I'll be able to learn Manga Studio a little better. But I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry, so I think it's getting about time for a little bit of lunch. I have all these eggs left over from Easter, so what am I going to do with them? I'm not going to let them go to waste. I'm going to make some egg salad. I haven't had a good egg salad in a while, so what I got some celery, some red onions, some cilantro, lime juice, of course mayonnaise and mustard. I don't really like mustard, so I don't have mustard, but the honey mustard, I can deal with that. And then garlic and parsley seasoning. And then I was going to put some avocado. I don't have any, but I've got this guacamole, so maybe just a hint of that in there. Let's see how that works. All right, so I'm going to scoop some of the egg salad onto some toast, some lettuce, some tomatoes. All right, here's the test. Now, I just kind of threw this thing together, so it's not from a recipe or anything, so we'll see how it tastes. All right, we have returned once again to the underground lair, and we're going to say goodbye to day 80. So we're going to pull this off. We've got the big oversized pad of paper. We're going to crumble that up, see if we can make it in the trash. It's overflowing so much, now it's like it can't go in the trash because there's nowhere left to go. But sometimes, if I'm lucky, I can get it to kind of land on top without rolling out, but that's very difficult. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 81. That is all. Hey everyone, you've seen the process. Now you can check out the story. Issues 1 through 3 of Young and the Dead are available at my website at circworks.com. Also follow me on social media at the links listed below. Subscribe and check out some of the other videos in the series. There's much more to come.